did the exclusive interview with Tiffany inside the monthly magazine, so we thought we'd do a live version for you here today. We just want to talk all about your journey as a founder and your sort of pinch me moment. So how did you decide to launch your own beauty brand?
So actually my family business is Amelia Knight, and I've worked in cosmetics and product development for 15 years, actually presenting and making product for lots of the brands that you guys stock already. So about 4 or 5 years ago I was researching for a different project and I was like, oh, it seemed really clear to me that there was this white space for a very cool Gen Z brand, or Gen Z alpha brand, that was skincare focused, that was cool, relatable, wasn't a one-size-fits-all line. I found like anything that was targeted at that demographic was really like, oh, you're all spotty and oily, and that's it. And actually that was not true. Some of us are dry, or it's definitely not me. Or some, Gen Z, they're all very much an individual. I think it was really important that that was recognised, and we made a product range to suit them. So that was how it kind of started. And as we're not just manufacturers, we're like a design agency, manufacturer, branding creator. So I was like, oh, maybe we should do this for ourselves. So I went to the board, which is my immediate family members, and said, should we do it? And we did, and it was like a massive learning curve because I'm very much used to doing product development and then being like bye-bye to the product, and people like you doing something amazing with it and turning it into a brand. But yeah, I've built an amazing team and learned a lot. And yeah, that's how we are here today.
So inspiring for all of us here today who were starting out in beauty. I know when I started in LF about 1.5 years ago, one of the main things was like getting to grips with all the different ingredients and what products do, and I think we really need to relay that to our customers, which I think your brand does really well. Like the names of the serums, for example, they're just straight talking and really help the customer. So could you give us a bit of insight on some of the best-selling serums in your skincare collection and what they do?
Yeah. So I guess that's another part of it, and it's like kind of like making it simple for people. So when you look at our packaging and our boxes, it's super clear exactly what stage you should use it, what the ingredients are, what skin concern it's treating. Because I think especially a few years ago, you pick up a box and be like, I do not know what that does, and I work in skincare. Too many mixed messages. So that's what it was all about. So the serums actually, I like to describe them as each one has ingredient BFF. So Scar Slayer, which some of you might know, is our kind of viral serum, is tranexamic acid and vitamin C. So there's each of the serums has two key ingredients in that work super well together. So I kind of call them skincare cousins, because together they work like incredibly well. Hydration Hero, so that has polyglutamic acid and hyaluronic acid, again like this is repairing. Glow Giver is lactic and glycolic, and Barrier Builder is amines and fatty acids, ceramides. So yeah, that's the idea. Is I wanted it to be really clear. So the Glow Giver, you know what it does. Hydration Hero, okay, I know what it does. But then just keeping the ingredients like simple for people to understand, and also they can be. The price point is really important for me. I wanted it to be aspirational but attainable, and also that at some point in the month you might need Hydration Hero, and then at another point you might want Barrier, and that you're able to kind of layer those serums and mix your routine to suit you and what your skin's going through.
I think we get bonus points for the alliteration on those names because you've really slanked those. Why was it important for you to focus on cruelty-free and vegan formulas?
I think like now, cruelty-free and vegan is very much a given. I think it's not outside of the norm. But the biggest thing for me, especially when we started out, is that I wanted Glow Hub as a hub to be as inclusive as possible. So I wanted it to be for everyone and for everything. So people who aren't vegan can very much use skincare, of course, and enjoy it. But I didn't want people that are vegan to not be able to use it. And cruelty-free is just, it's a non-questionable for me.
So we've all seen Glow Hub on TikTok. I mean, hands up if you have. Just do some interactivity, guys. You're such a TikTok forward brand, you have a good strategy, so we just want a bit of insight. You don't need to give too many secrets away, but a bit of insight on how you use TikTok to help launch your products.
So we were actually one of the first brands to go onto TikTok Shop. TikTok approached us and we were a bit like, what the hell is this? Me and Elise did the first live, and I think there was probably about 3 people on it, and I was like, this is crazy. I felt like we were doing QVC, and it was very like alien and strange. But actually it's been such an integral part of our brand, not just the lives, but TikTok in general. what's really important, and I go back to all of this time, is Global like a community, and it's, if you go onto TikTok, we have like this community of people and they answer each other's questions. Like somebody will ask a question on one of the posts and videos, and someone else will answer it for us. And it's this very open forum. And our lives that we do weekly as well, like people, we have really strong brand fans, and there aren't like hundreds of thousands of people. They all come on and they all can ask us questions directly. And I think just having that open forum, can you imagine like 5, 6, 7 years ago being able to go on and ask a brand founder or the head of marketing a question about what their skincare routine should be? It's kind of unheard of, and now it's like, we're really proud of that. But I think when we first started as well, as like a start-up, we didn't have like a huge budget, so we were like, how do we make TikTok work for us? So it was very much a gifting first process. And actually, we gifted Scar Slayer to Amelia Olivia. I'm sure a lot of you know who Amelia Olivia is. And after like a month of her using the product, she posted about it organically. I mean, I'm sure everyone that works in marketing is like, oh, those moments are incredible. And that really was like a really big moment for us. And her showing those before and afters, really that is like been the biggest shift in consumer marketing, I think, in social media marketing, is that availability to see that directly on someone's skin and how it works, and not just on a glossy advert. So that kind of thing really snowballed for us, and people wanted to get a bit of what Amelia Olivia was doing on their skin, but also the content, and so it really did snowball for us, and she is a huge brand partner for us now. But because it started organically, and because she does genuinely love the products, it's really worked for us and brought us on a good journey.
How, moving on to cosmetics, so you started with skincare, moved on to cosmetics, so how has the skinification of makeup trend impacted your formulas?
So as I mentioned before, I worked in product development for about 15 years, and a lot of that at the beginning was colour cosmetics. So starting out with skincare with Glow Up, because it's one of my huge passions, and I did work at it as well, but I was like, I could feel that the movement was coming of that sort of hybridisation of colour cosmetics and skincare. And I love colour cosmetics, but I needed it to be right for Glow Up. And our roots are skincare, so I also want it to be like a celebration of skin without sounding too cliche, but our vibe, when you look at our model imagery and stuff, it isn't a really heavy makeup look. It's that very clean aesthetic. It's about celebrating the skin, glowing. You don't look like you've got lots of makeup on, and so that's why it was really important that when we did do the colour cosmetics, it had skincare in it, because why not? There's no reason it shouldn't. It felt like it was a bit lazy if I was like, here's an eyeshadow. It's just like not who we are, and I would never release an eyeshadow. It's unlikely unless I think of something really, really exciting to do with it. So yeah, when you look at Baby Beam, for example, we've got niacinamide, we've got hyaluronic acid, we've got all those squalane, incredible ingredients that are going to treat the skin at the same time. But I actually started with our concealer. I was like, let's do a concealer. I'm actually going to put Zit-Zap, or Zit-Zap one, which is also a really cool product for us, into a concealer. So that feeling when you want to cover up a spot, but you don't want to make it worse and cover it in like an oily formula that suffocates it, and then the next day it's even bigger. I thought, let's try and treat the spot at the same time as we're using it.
So just touching on the product inside the 10th birthday edit, which is the Buff Blush Stick.
Yeah.
So we've got it in the lovely shade Pinch, but you have a range of different colours, so if you just want to talk about the formula.
Blush is it was the first blush that we released actually, and it's a really, really versatile formula. But so it's like a really creamy texture. We've got niacinamide in there, hyaluronic acid. So the niacinamide actually is really key in this, so it's going to help to like blur out the skin. See that it's like a super intense, like this. It's a really nice glossy formula, but it actually blends out really creamy, so it's buildable. It's really versatile. You can use it on the lip and on the cheeks. They're all really, really nice. Niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, as I said. But the main thing is that you can use it in a stick. You can throw it in your bag, and again you can like blot it out on your lips, use it to blur, and it's just a really nice versatile formula.
So obviously you've got your wedding day on Friday. So thank you for being here firstly on your wedding week. But I'm sure all of us want to know what your wedding prep routine is. So what are you doing this week? What are you doing the night before? What are you doing on the day?
So it's quite funny when you guys asked me to do this, because I was like, do you know that feeling when you, just before an event, you never look so shit? Like you've scrubbed your tan off, you've got really bad roots, you made your eyebrows doing, so that's where I am today. Tried to make myself look shiny. But to be honest, when I had my second child, I got bad hormonal acne when I stopped breastfeeding, which was terrible because I was in the throes of launching skincare. I was like, thank you. But I keep my skincare fairly chill. And especially in the lead up to something like a wedding, I'm not going to start like throwing retinols on my face or anything like that. So for me, Hydration Hero, Barrier Builder are my holy grails. I use them morning and night. I've had 2 hydrofacials, so but I stopped doing anything like that now. So that would be my advice: is if you've got a big event coming or something you want to look really good for, stop doing anything that's out of the norm a few weeks before. So I had a hydrofacial before I went to Ibiza, and I undid all of that good work in Ibiza, but it was fun. And then I also had a hydrofacial a couple of weeks ago, and then last week I had like this amazing natural facial massage. It's called like a natural facelift, and it was like, it's very strange. I've never had it before. It was like, yeah, it was really, really good. But for me, it's all about like consistency. It's about drinking loads of water, keeping things nice and simple, really working on hydration, take collagen supplements, and I take green powder and mix them together. And it's an awful moment in my day every single day, but I'm hoping that that works. But yeah, so I'll just be sticking with that now. It's nice and simple. But I've got a few stress spots that have popped up, and I'm just like praying. I got up this morning and my daughter went, "Oh, mummy, you need to get some scar slow on those spots before the wedding." I was like, "Thank you, Tamula." She's 8 and she's skincare and color cosmetics obsessed. So on the day, it will be all about concealer, baby beam. Obviously, my skin prep will be Hydration Hero, Barrier, and then the Vitamin C moisturizer because it's incredible. If anybody loves like Weleda skin food, the Scar Slayer Vitamin C moisturizer is like a version of that. It's really good. Really keeps your makeup in place and skin is supple. Yeah, so after my prep, it'll be baby beam, concealer, a blush stick. And also our glow balm is incredible because you get that like amazing sculpt but amazing like glassy skin. I could keep my makeup like I always say my makeup is the same when I'm going to work or to our wedding, and it'll be pretty much the same for my wedding. I won't have lashes, I won't do anything like that. It's a town hall vibe, so like city wedding vibes, and yeah, my makeup, I want to turn up looking like me, not like someone else.
So can we have a round of applause?